Welcome to the Adorama Live Theater. I'm Peter Haskell. We're joined by Rebecca Kowalski and Carter Bray. Rebecca is the founder of the CMAK Sandy Hook Memorial Foundation. It was started in memory of her son Chase. He was one of 20 students killed at the Sandy Hook Elementary School. Tell us about the foundation.
Thank you. The foundation was started to honor Chase. He was a beautiful little boy with a great spirit who loved to be outside and actually found a passion in a triathlon, and he had taught himself how to swim when he was the summer of 2012, and then came inside one day and said, "Mom, I want to do that thing where kids swim, bike, and run." And I said, "That's a triathlon." So to honor that spirit, we are giving children that opportunity with a 6-week training program and a culminating event.
That's fantastic. Carter is the principal cellist with the New York Philharmonic. There's a big event, Chasing the Music. Tell us about it.
Glad to. Several years ago, my lovely wife friended Rebecca on Facebook. And I was looking over her shoulder at the screen, and I said, ask Rebecca if she'd like for me to organize some sort of fundraiser. And she said yes. And that idea sort of blossomed and evolved over the last couple of years to become not a small chamber music concert in someone's living room, but a big family concert on the stage of the Palace Theater in Waterbury, Connecticut.
Right. What we've done is, with Carter's thought, offering to do a performance for us, that has grown just like our friendship has grown. And with it, we've incorporated the community, we've incorporated the children from Sandy Hook School to do artwork, to represent the animals in Carnival of Animals, and also the students in the high school to recreate Ogden Nash's poem that goes along with it. So it's become a life of its own, which was thought of a very small, intimate setting, which has grown to the Palace Theater with 2,600 seats to be filled.
So this is June 4th in Waterbury. You talked a little bit about, in terms of the music, what are people going to hear?
Well, they're going to hear one of the great iconic children's pieces by Camille Saint-Saëns called Carnival of the Animals. It's a multi-movement work, and each movement describes, in a very funny way, a different kind of animal. And in the second half, we're going to be playing just cello and piano, a few short selections for the audience. But the first half will be oriented toward kids. And as Rebecca pointed out, the kids will have an opportunity to participate in the production as well.
Who are the other musicians that you recruited, and how did you go about doing that?
I called in a few markers. Almost all of them are friends of mine at the New York Philharmonic, plus the duo pianists, Misha and Sipa Dichter, who are long-term friends and neighbors. So I simply sat down and either wrote to them or asked them directly, would you like to be involved in this fantastic cause? And they all immediately said yes. That was very gratifying.
So you're looking over your wife's shoulder, you see this Facebook feed. What makes you say to yourself, I want to perform for them?
Well, I think anybody would think, how can I help, looking at that? And of course, the answer from most people would be, I'll write a check. Nothing wrong with that, of course. But in the case of most musicians, I think they start thinking in terms of raising music by playing. It's what we do. We play music, and it's a good way to raise funds. So that was my initial reaction.
So Rebecca, you get this offer. What'd you think?
Oh, we were totally floored by it. At first, it was funny and I joke with Carter a lot. I had no idea who he was. And with that, I was like, sure, I'd love to meet him, you know. And then we met at, I think, one of the 5K runs that we had a team together. And I fell in love with his wife. She's amazing. And we've had this wonderful friendship. And Carter comes along with the package.
For better or worse.
Yes,
better or for
exactly. And we were just, you know, we've been tossing this idea and how Carter envisioned it and what we thought would happen, and it's just kind of like I said, it's grown and it's become a community event, and to be able to meet his colleagues and these other musicians is for these children, for myself, for people that don't have the means to come to see the New York Philharmonic, and to have them come to Connecticut it's a blessing for us. We're really thrilled.
I'm sorry, so you heard him describe it. He figured chamber music in somebody's living room. How did it evolve to get to a 2,600-seat theater in Waterbury?
You know, you know, I guess the best way to describe it is it wasn't our vision, it was Chase's vision. Everything that we do is Chase's vision. And I'd like to say he's our divine intervention, and he makes things just happen, and it in a very natural and organic way, so you don't even realize that he's sending you on this journey quite simply to make something so simple as a chamber music event fundraiser into this glorious opportunity for children and families to come together to experience the Philharmonic, and then to be able to be a part of it through the community with the Ogden Nash piece and with the visual piece. It's pretty amazing.
How much do you feel, or how do you feel Chase is a part of this? How does he fit into this?
Oh, Chase is the CEO. Chase tells us what to do, how to do it. He comes to me in visions. Originally, the foundation was started because he came to me in a vision. I know people don't always believe in it, but he healed my heart, and he just said, Mom, this is the path that you're going to take. And if you look at things that I've written in the past and you see where we've come, it's all Chase. It's what he does, and it's how it grows naturally, and it just evolves, and it's all him.
Carter, when you see what has evolved and when you hear about Chase's connection and you look at the work that Rebecca and her family are doing, what do you see?
I understand that it's a testament to unconditional love. It's as pure as that. And I've seen this work through families before. It is it's a very pure statement of creating something positive out of something negative. And it's, I think, the best expression of love that there can be.
What does it mean for you to be a part of this?
I think all of us on some level wish that we could affect the world in some way to make it better, even just a little bit. And it's gratifying for me to be able to be involved to the extent that I can add my little bit to the mosaic of things that add up to what the Kowalski Foundation is.
In terms of making the world a better place, how do you see the foundation doing that? What are you trying to do with the foundation?
Well, I mean, honestly, for me, I just want people to remember my son and pay it forward. So much tragedy happens, and people don't know what to do. For me, for my family, I knew political gun action, that was not my path, and that for me, health and wellness and changing the lives of families was the most important. And I knew that would be uplifting for me and my family, and to give back in a way physically is huge. You don't realize what running can do for you. It clears your head, it clears your heart, it gives you a better understanding of the things that need to be done and how to do them. With that, the biking, the swimming, the whole triathlon aspect. I was not a triathlete, nor was my husband, yet people were inspired by Chase, a 7-year-old little boy that did a triathlon. And with that, I was called out, and somebody said, "You're not a triathlete." And I said, "No, but you asked these kids to be." Well, all right, now I'm going to ask myself, and now I've done it, and now I'm a 5-time triathlete. So giving back and helping people realize that the sun rises every day, that a family like mine can have a tragedy so devastating, yet be able to give back and give hope that the sun's going to rise again and you'll get through it. And I see signs from Chase all the time. So with that, know that he's always with us, you know. And I hope that that's the mark that I leave on the world, that you can get through horrible things and you can change the world and you can make it a better place.
You faced this unspeakable grief. At what point did you think to yourself, we have to do something to keep Chase's memory alive, and this is what we're going to do? When did you realize it, and how did you come to this path?
Chase came to me. I'm literally, you know, a day and a half into the tragedy, and I went to bed, you know, without sleeping aids, and he came to me in a vision, and he showed me, you know, he showed me exactly what his funeral was going to look like, and then he showed me exactly the pyramid, God and him, and then all the people lined in, and this is what you're going to do. The triathlon portion of it evolved, but ultimately it was him. It's what he shares with me to be able to go on and to make the difference.
You know, I'm curious, has this foundation helped you process the grief, deal with the grief, or do you think it's distracted you from that?
I have to say it's a little bit of both. I have to say the foundation is definitely something that I use to carry myself forward, to live on. And I live on in Chase's name. And I don't dwell on how he was taken from me, but I know he's with me and I know he walks with me. So as far as the grief that I feel and the loss of my son will be with me forever, but the faith that I have that he's on this journey with me, and he lays the path ahead of me. He puts the people in the right places. There's so many stories I could share with you that you would be like, no way, that didn't happen. And it does. And it's divine intervention. It's Chase at his best. And that's how I see it. The physical missing him, that's really hard. And that I do, you know, take a step back. I walk away from the foundation for a day or two or whatever I need to heal me personally, physically. And then I get up and keep going.
Carter, if people want more information on this, how can they find it and where can they find it?
I think the easiest way would be to go to the website of the foundation, which is cmacfoundation.org.
Yeah.
cmacfoundation.org.
CMAK Foundation.org.
Right.
Yeah.
What should people expect? What do you think D-Day is going to be like, June 4th?
I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a convocation of so many people dedicated to this affirmation of everything that's good about life, and people doing things together to create something positive. The musicians will be getting up to Waterbury, arriving there, taking their instruments out, getting used to the auditorium. There'll be an air of anticipation. The kids and their families will arrive. Everybody will be in their seats. And then the magic's going to happen.
Is this fun or is this stressful?
Right now it's a little stressful, but I have faith.
That
I
describes
have absolute faith.
every concert I've ever played in my life.
You know, you get that little pit in your stomach, like, holy cow, we're doing this, right? Yes. And it is. It's going to be everything that Chase wants it to be for us, and that's what I believe. So it'll be perfect because he doesn't let it rain on his triathlons. He has rainbows at his triathlons. He's there. So it'll be perfect.
Rebecca Kowalski, Carter Bray, thank you both so much. Good luck with the event.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
I'm
Peter.
Peter Haskell. Thanks for joining us.